Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like the guy from the wrestling in the 80s, in the 70s. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to McGregor's Gathering. Here we are in Inverness on a beautiful sunny...
Yes.
What a day.
It's
in
unbelievable.
fact, the sun has been shining ever since Wednesday night, I think.
It has.
If you have a look at this little picture here, this was the sun coming up on Thursday morning, I think it was. Sorry to all our English friends. Can't help it, right? There's been a lot of ribbing and a lot of banter, but that's what it should be.
Yes.
We've had it ripped out of us for years,
exactly.
so there we go. So yeah, that was good fun. What else has been happening, Ali, this week?
No much. Gig.
Well, we've got a couple of tunes for you. We've got a special guest today coming in to talk about about the Inverness Fringe, and it's not this one. This receding fringe. And we've also got a special award-winning author coming onto the programme as well to talk about her new book. And in between that, we've got videos and lots of clips of how amazing the Highland Games were. Because they were some crack actually, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to start off with a tune written by James Scott Skinner. This is called The Bride's Reel, and the tune after that is something else. Which key is it?
B minor.
Yeah. It's called. It's either called the Irish version is called Jenny Chickens, but the Scottish version I think is called Drowsy Maggie.
Okay.
So
I think I prefer Drowsy Maggie.
yeah. There's a couple of old tunes. Now the reason those tunes came to mind is last night I was sitting at the kitchen table putting together the first of the McGregor's Gatherings music book.
Oh yeah.
This is an idea that we have to get all the tunes that are played on a Sunday afternoon, make them available for people online. We'll do wee recordings of them, and those are two brilliant Scottish tunes that aren't really played that much, so we want to kind of try and make sure we get some of these old tunes
Preserve the old
so they don't just disappear out there. So that was it. So another thing happened. I mean, there was a lot of rugby on at the weekend past there, and Scotland doing really well against South Africa. And whilst online, I was looking at this kind of. South Africans really like to come on to the rugby forums and tell everyone how brilliant they are.
Yes.
And we think, we know you're brilliant. You've been number one for the last 5 years. But they also like to take the mickey out of the fact that we have a few South Africans in the Scotland. We've only got two, to be fair, at the moment. In fact, it might only be one at the moment. Two, no, prop and winger. But somebody had obviously AI'd Scottish guy and South African top, and they'd come up with this. This is Ross Ainsley. They've got Ross Ainsley in a South African rugby top, and I had to send it to him last night. He says, "You've been AI'd, by the way, but you are what AI thinks of as a Scottish piper."
I wonder what he thought about that.
He just thought it was hilarious. He thought it was very, very funny. So there we go. That was where we led with that. Now, a bit of interesting news from Oban. They have been doing wondrous things at the moment. There's a lovely picture of Oban, and we're down there, just down from McCaig's Folly. They have got the clipper ship thing just now.
Oh yeah.
Thousands of people into Oban at the moment, as if they needed any more.
Yes.
It's absolutely packed anyway. But they've got all these shipping people, and they're all in having a great, great time. But we have had some amazing news, because you know our manager Chris.
Yeah.
You know, quite often he's pictured with elderly gentlemen who are whisky aficionados as well. Now Scotland is picking up on the fact that actually Chris is the whisky aficionado, because he has now been shortlisted by Dram Scotland for the Whisky Guru of Scotland. He's going to be interviewed next week, which is going to be amazing. I really hope the guys asking them the questions know something about whisky, because if not, he will be with them for a day. So congratulations to Chris and all the team down. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. So they're all quite delighted about that. He seems quite chuffed with the whole thing. So yeah, that is all going on. We're going to reflect a little bit on the Highland Games.
Oh, what a day. Unbelievable.
It was good crack,
it was
wasn't it?
great crack. We were all a bit worried at first because of the weather, but then we thought, well, that's going to keep people in the tent.
Yeah.
And it did.
It did.
And it kind of passed, and then it was fine, but yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
There's a lovely... Now, we like to think we're kind of helping promote the youth on this. So I've got a picture here of exactly what is happening. There is young Michael Lewis, who most of you have seen on this show many times before. But also, there's young Pippa Wallace, who has been up in Clockton, an amazing local young singer. She gave a great performance during the daytime. And there in the middle is young Lexi, who stole the show. Loman, sorry. Her sister's Lexi. This is Loman. So the three of them all together. It really was, it was great.
It was amazing.
So here's a little video of, basically, this is put together by our wonderful, what do we call her, creative director? Is that her new role?
Maggie Licious.
Stolen my name.
Stolen your name, yes. This is by Maggie. It's Maggie Corbett. Brilliant job. This is a kind of summary of what happened over the day. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? This is a beautiful, beautiful day for the Highland Games.
We've got a thing going on.
wonderful time was had at that afternoon, and some brilliant performances as well, all throughout the day. And so glad some of you are getting in touch. Eleanor Cormack stumbled upon an Alistair Savage concert at Dunkeld Cathedral on Sunday. He played quite a few Skinner and Gauchos. Lovely wee stop on a bike ride. He is a brilliant player. He taught up at Blazon and Bewley many years ago. I think he's a member of the Scottish Symphony Orchestra or something like that. He is absolutely superb. There seems to be a lot of talk about bringing a statue to decorate and cones, ice cream cones and cones.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
I get that, but whose statue? See, that's disappeared off my chat.
No, but I just can't read the chat. I just use my brain.
Why were we talking about Neil? Why were we talking about Neil Gow?
Where were you at?
Sizzle.
But we weren't talking about Neil Gow. Well, I wasn't. Anyway, can you play the reconciliation reel? Yes, we'll need it. Derek Smith just saying the weather trick worked for McGregor's at the Highland Games a few years ago. Turned on the rain and the tent was mobbed. That was the first time we did the music. It was unbelievable. We started off, and it was myself and Anna Massey playing actually, and the rain came down. You could actually barely hear the music from the thunderstorms that were coming down on top of it. It was quite incredible. And Michael Hensley, hello from Kimberley and Michael. They're packing to leave for Scotland on Tuesday. Looking forward to seeing you guys coming over there. Elise Unwin, is that real grass in the video? There's none left here after all these heat waves. What's a heat wave?
Yeah.
They were talking about a Highland heat wave. It got about 21 degrees. I think that's been about it. Anyway, we are delighted to welcome Siobhan Naylor to the program. How are you doing?
I'm very good.
It's been a long time since you've been on the programme, I think.
I know, yes.
About
Well, actually, I was just
years.
thinking that the last time, because yourself and Joe had me along playing, wasn't it? My parents were here.
That's right.
They were observing, so that was ages ago. That was 2022, I think.
Well, here you are though, with a different hat on.
Well, yeah, or a turban. I don't know.
Turban.
I don't know.
We can get you a traffic cone if you want. But you're here because you are behind the new festival, the Inverness Fringe,
Yeah.
which is going to be happening at the end of September, which is all very exciting. Tell us, what on earth possessed you to do such a thing?
Well, if I'll tell you the truth or I'll tell you I don't know.
Tell us the PR stuff.
Well, so I've been performing, as you know, here in Inverness, and I've lived here. I moved here about 12 years ago or so, and I just kind of figured there's a huge appetite for coming together and showing off what we do really well up here in Inverness. I'm obviously not from Inverness, as you can hear. I'm from Ireland, but in Ireland we're show-offs, and I don't know, do you show off enough here? But you've got such amazing talent and such amazing stuff happening in the city, so I just thought, let's get a team together, and it's just really just rolled and rolled and rolled into the point where it's been amazing.
Only 8 weeks away now.
It's only 8 weeks away. Yeah.
So the idea, it's called the Fringe now. I mean, when we
Yeah.
think of the Fringe now,
right.
because Edinburgh,
Yeah.
Fringe.
Yes. You just have to say fringe, and that's all you think of. Is it?
Which is
Yeah.
mostly now about comedians.
Yes,
And
yeah.
lots of comedians and a very commercial kind of thing.
Yeah.
What is your kind of idea of what the Fringe should be?
Well, yeah, so we know the history of the Fringe was set up as a kind of on the outskirts of what the International Arts Festival was. And so I think people would assume that you can have a Fringe only if there's an International Arts Festival, a big it's a Fringe of something that's established. But actually it can be a Fringe of what is an established arts community as well. So we know traditional music is huge here, but there's lots of things happening on the peripheries of that. Or you can have it as a collection of just weird and wonderful things, which is part of the programme that we're putting together, as well as amazing performers and established musicians. But there's actually a community of 300 Fringe festivals across the world, so we are now part of that community. And obviously Edinburgh was the first one, but it's happening everywhere. It's just quite amazing, like they're putting on a bit of music. So we're kind of building on the success of not just Edinburgh, but all of the other established fringes that have happened around the world, and ready to welcome that community up here as
So
well.
you're getting people from across the world coming to Inverness for that period as well?
we're hoping to show off what's already here in Inverness and the Highlands.
Yeah.
So we want to keep it as grassroots as possible in relation to giving the platform to performers who are performing in their rooms and recording and putting on TikTok and being hugely successful there, but we're not hearing about them. There's a good number of people that are hugely successful online and that we don't see them perform here in Inverness, and so that's part of the focus as well. Just pull you out of that small little bubble and bring you into Inverness City. So yeah, and then show off the amazing venues like yourselves, you know.
Well, we're really excited to be
Yeah.
part of it actually, because I think anything that keeps the music scene fresh in Inverness is going to be good, isn't it? I mean, for so long, it's, you know, you do see a lot of the same faces in a lot of the same pubs, but that's because those guys turn up for those gigs.
That's right,
and stuff.
yeah.
So I suppose
It is a bit stale at times, isn't it?
yeah, so it's going to be great to see. I really, we were talking earlier about the thing that HIE had put on. Was it HIE?
HIE Expo North.
Expo North.
Yeah.
That huge amount of money thrown into that, and it was an international gathering of stuff.
Yeah.
But you're having to do this from the grassroots, which
Absolutely.
is actually even more interesting, I think, because you don't get all the. You know, in Inverness, you quite often get this. As soon as you start something, people start knocking you. You've stuck your head above the parapet. And normally, if there's public money in it, you're really going to be. You're doing this off your own back, which I think is incredible.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's exciting in a way because it's kind of the risk is that I've got nothing left to lose. Like, we've got an amazing what you call venue, we've got an amazing platform. Everyone is working really hard behind the scenes. So I've got a small, very tiny team working behind the scenes. But you know, what have we got to lose? We need to put this on, and people are willing to be part of it. And I know that the city of Inverness is really behind us because we see that with Inverness Bid, and you know, the local businesses are really excited about this. So it's going to be great. Like, I look at the comparisons, or like Galway International Arts Festival, which is an international festival, but that has got such an amazing participation from local businesses. You know, so it doesn't need to be as massive as the Edinburgh Fringe. We just need to make it that our city is celebrated. You know,
it's great. I think it is brilliant as well, though. Oh, somebody from Ireland is showing us
how to party. I know.
Maybe that's what we need.
I know.
It is. Well, so how can people find out what's happening with it?
Yeah, so we're very live on our socials, so Facebook and Instagram. We have some TikTok stuff there, and if you're on the website, you'll find a bit more detail. invernessfringefestival.co.uk. So yeah.
Well, thank you very,
Thank you so much for having me
We're really
along.
looking forward to getting involved in it. Well done.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Brilliant.
Thanks everyone so much.
Well, we'll just play a wee tune. We'll play some fringe tunes We'll play a wee Irish tune just for Siobhan. Out on the Ocean. I like this for. talked about the Ceilidh a fair bit, actually. The Ceilidh, I mean, everyone's been in Scotland has been to a Ceilidh. They are brilliant fun. And then you take a super Ceilidh, a kind of Ceilidh with, I don't know, steroids of some sort, and that is what we had on Saturday night. 1,000 tickets sold. You could not see the back of the tent. You couldn't see it at all. No. It was quite incredible, and huge kudos to Kirsty the Cow for calling the dances. And what a great band we had!
It was amazing.
Graham Scott joining us for the evening as well as our regulars, Miles and John, yourself and Alan.
Quite often with Ceilidh's is, you know, it's obviously there to serve the dance, but I was listening back to some of the footage, and we actually, parts of it sounded incredible. We sounded so good. Again, what better person to do it other than Kirstine, because I mean she's a teacher. People don't listen to her. Even we were slightly scared at times, weren't
But they were quite incredible. You know, quite often you're playing at a wedding or something like that. You've got to coax people onto the floor. It was basically dash up by Sergeant. Eat some real bang, bang. There they were. It was incredible. Anyway, here is a little snippet of the Ceilidh dance. That was some crack altogether, and I mean, I don't think you can get more than 1,000 people doing a Ceilidh. No. I'd love to know what the world record for a Strip the Willow is.
Well, you know what? Why not? If we're doing it next year, why not go for it? Yeah. We'll try and, you know.
That's it. Ah, right. We'll have to beat that. Right, okay, we have news from Meg Finlay in Stonehaven. Stony Paper and Comb report. This is the big competition, international competition. In fact, the only paper and comb competition in the world, I think. The pioneers, this is Anna Massey's mum and dad. They did a fantastic performance with massive audience support, harmonies, etc. But unfortunately didn't win the coveted prize. Oh! Now we've no idea. That sounds like it might be. Was it fixed, Meg? Was it fixed? That is Derek Smith. Bob wasn't cross-dressed, but expect that will be sorted next year. Not entirely sure what's going on.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of. There was bribery going on in the whole thing. Oh, it just sounds like the World Cup.
I know.
It really does. Anyway, Fringe. 1,000 dancers also sang like a Gaelic choir. That's right, because they did a big song as well. Now, it's not often she comes from behind the camera, but we have got Mrs. Mack, and she comes. Hey, because. We have a new book. This, the work of Miss Jo De Silva, McGregor's Scottish icons. Well,
it is.
You were very excited when that arrived in the post on Monday.
I was.
Yeah.
It was great. It was really nice. It's obviously all our icons, so we've collated all the information dedicated to the rebels, rogues, romantic and dreamers who helped to shape Scotland. So it's really all our icons and the stories of the icons, and obviously, you know, we've put this together over the years of the people that we thought were important, had good stories, had interesting tales, rebels.
Who's your favourite?
That is so hard. I still like Colonel Anne, I think.
Yes, La Belle Rebelle.
La Belle Rebelle. I think I do like her, but the stories of these people are just incredible. I mean, who was your favourite out of them all?
My favourite initially was Alistair Crowley, the Beast, but that has completely changed. It is now the Chancer.
Yes.
I love Gregor McGregor. Have you heard of this guy? He is just brilliant. I haven't even tried the cocktail actually, but I just love the story. He basically comes out of Scotland. He goes to Venezuela, as you do, in the 1830s or something like that, and he ends up with Simon Bolivar in this war of independence. And then he comes back to Scotland, goes down to England and goes, "Here, I've got a bit of land in South America, would you like to buy some?" He bankrupts 12 banks, then escapes from capture, goes to France, does the same thing, escapes from there, ends up back in Venezuela, and they go, "Here, you're that guy who helped with the revolution. You're brilliant. Hey!"
I'm actually a little bit concerned. I hope that's not an aspirational character.
No, he was a pirate at one stage. He was being chased around Jamaica.
Well, I think, in terms of Colonel Anne, the fact that her husband was captured,
Yes.
and Bonnie Prince Charlie, here is your prisoner, madam.
Do as you will.
Do as you will with him. I think that's aspirational for me. On that note, here you go. I'm back.
Oh well, so it's even got what do you call that? An IBAN code at the back of it. So, and introductory offer of £5 for the book. It's got the romantic, it's got the beast, it's got the courageous. Now there's something we haven't mentioned. New T-shirt. We haven't got that actually, have we? No. Oh well, it's up there. So you're going to get hold of that. The new Flora MacDonald T-shirt has arrived on the scene. So there she is. There is Flora, looking rather beautiful, it has to be said. Yeah. The Flora MacDonald story is quite incredible itself. It ends up in America with her husband fighting for the British and all sorts of things. So yeah, great stories, brilliant wee book to go away, and you can obviously try and drink your way through them as well. What a great way to do history. Imagine that, having a cocktail. You did that in 6th year in school.
Are they available just in the bar or online as well?
At the moment, just in the bar, but they will be online. They might well be on the website.
Okay, so want a copy of that?
Yeah. Well done, Mrs. Mack.
Yep.
Good job. That is that Brian McNeil song. Absolutely. So, what else has been happening here? I assume Mrs. Mack features as an icon. That's volume 2. Now, what would she be called? Silence. Nobody's taking a risk on that one. Right, okay. Well, we probably should play another couple of tunes, I think, actually. Tomorrow I have to play a memorial out at Abriachan for Ben Hesling's mother, who's a stalwart of the community up there, and asked me to play some Donald Riddle tunes. So we'll start off with a Donald Riddle tune, and then a wee tune called Borach Big against Abriachan, the little old men of Abriachan, and then a tune from Cape Breton, and I can't remember what we finished with.
Is this the A major D modal?
D modal, Bedding in the Bride. yes, absolutely. We will do that. Finish with. Well, we are just about there, ladies and gentlemen. Who is up for Spayfest next week? God, is that next week? That seems like 2 years ago that we were playing there. Not that you'd remember.
I bet that's the same room and commented as well, is it?
They will need to make one wall, the icon conquerors, for the names of those that make it through the entire list in one visit. For people who drink all 15 cocktails.
I see.
I see what you're talking about, Kimberly. I don't think it's a good idea.
Nope.
I'll be quite honest. I think it's a terrible idea. Right, just before we do that, we have the Norwegians coming here, and there are now 40 of them on their way.
Christ.
40. That's a fringe event in itself.
Yeah.
Bennett asked me to send this little video. Here's a little tune of Ewan McPherson playing just after we'd finished the pub, after the gig. We got a quiet moment to send them a message. Hey Bennett and all the crazy Norwegians coming over here in October. We can't wait to see you. We've been learning, our Norwegian repertoire is slightly small at the moment, but we're going to be learning a lot more for you guys coming over. We're looking forward to seeing you. Norwegian waltz. We're actually, will there be rowing, says Eleanor Cormack.
Yes, there will
I
be.
would imagine we'll all be rowing, actually. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that weekend. And I would imagine every Norwegian in Scotland will come here for the crack.
Yes.
And then they're all from Bergen or around about there.
Right.
And there's such a good laugh, actually. All
Is
of
it
them.
a direct flight from Bergen
To Aberdeen.
All right.
To Aberdeen, then you get the train. So now, Meg Finlay has asked how the supply of the rhubarb chutney is going. It is gone, Meg. It is finished. So we are looking for new supplies. Has to be said. Sounds really new supplies. Yeah. Meg makes the most amazing rhubarb chutney. It really is fantastic.
Do you like chutney?
I love chutney.
Honestly, Meg makes the best chutney I've ever had.
Well, Meg, if you can sort me out.
Yeah, we'll give you some of our
Please.
supply. And Murdo Morrison is tuning in from Holland. Dordrecht, I think it is, isn't it? So, anyway, it's been great being with you for the last half hour, guys. We've got Mr. Michael Lewis and Angus Hull ready to play later this evening in the bar. Then you and me are doing the gig afterwards as well, so it's all go, actually.
It is.
But until next week, we're going to finish off with a tune called The Reconciliation.